Good afternoon, everyone, especially to Miss Ginilyn Masin. My name is Juliana Parisi, and my partner is Clarissa Faye Simpron. Today, we're going to share with you the short story of Chinua Achebe titled Arrow of God. So, Chinua Achebe, she is a famed writer and educator and was born as Albert Chinua Lumugo Achebe on November 16, 1930 in the Igbo town of Ogidi in eastern Nigeria. After becoming educated in English at University College, now the University of Ibadan, and a subsequent teaching stint, Achebe joined the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation in 1961 as Director of External Broadcasting. He would serve in that role until 1966. Historical context of the story. Arrow of God is set in 1920s in Nigeria. After the pacification period and long before independence, during the decades, many Nigerians began turning away from their traditional religions, becoming Christians and sending their children to mission schools to get a more Western education. At the point in which the novel is set, the colonial project is well underway, and many British officials and constructors are Nigeria building the infrastructure needed to continue this project to civilize and modernize Africa. The novel's two settings, rural Omoro and the British colonial station, provide a contrast between two different worlds. We see Igbo rural life during the transitional time period as the old culture is slowly giving way to the cultural norms and belief system. This is constructed with the British colonial station, where colonial officials debate the merits of official colonial ideology, such as indirect rule. In Yumario, we watch as the importance of the deity Yulu slowly declines over the course of several years. After Yumario makes a contact with the colonial administration at the British colonial station in Okpere, we observe firsthand how the inconsistency of colonial ideology affects colonial officials like Winterbottom and Clark. We also see how Africans who work for the colonial administration, like John Nwodika, have a wider version of the world than those who have never experienced life outside of Humoro. The elements of the text in the story. So we have the genre, novel, historical novel, post-colonial novel. We have a settings and the context, which is Igboland, Nigeria in 1920s. Narrator and point of view, third person, omniscient. Tone and mode, prophetic and mythical. The protagonist and antagonist, Yulu is the protagonist, Nwaka is the antagonist. Major conflict. Nwaka's challenge to Yulu pits him against Iziolo, setting up a conflict between the villages. The climax. The climax occurs when Clark detains Iziolo. The foreshadowing, when Akebe's neighbor becomes ill and the medicine man takes Obika's chicken sacrificed home to eat instead of burying it, we see omens of future troubles to come. We have the metonymy and the senaidoki. The different colonial officers in Okpere can be seen as metonymically representing different colonial attitudes and archetypes. Winterbottom is the veteran and the pragmatist. Clark, the assistant district officer, is idealistic and right. Overseer of the public work department is overly sadistic. Literary analysis of this story. So, Arrow of God by Chinua Achebe is a novel that delves into the clash of cultures during the early 20th century in the Igbo community of Umuario, Nigeria. So, when we say Igbo, they are the small groups of ethnic people. So, the literary analysis of the story involves examining key elements such as settings, characters, conflict, themes, symbolisms, narrative style, irony, and cultural context. The setting provides a vivid backdrop. showcasing the landscape and the traditions of the Igbo people. The characters, particularly the protagonist Izulu, grapple with the impact of colonialism and the clash between traditional beliefs and the force of change. The central conflict revolves around the collision of cultures and ideologies, with the encroachment of British colonialism challenging the traditional religious practice of the Igbo people. Izulu's internal struggle and adds depth to the narrative as he tries to balance loyalty to tradition with a changing world. Themes explored include colonialism, cultural clash, the role of religion in power dynamics, and the consequences of societal transformation. Symbolism, notably the sacred arrow, represents power and becomes a metaphor for influence and downfall. The narrative styles employs a third-person omniscient perspective, allowing readers insight into various characters' thoughts. Irony is used to highlight the unintended consequences of colonial actions, adding layers of complexity to the story. Understanding the cultural context is crucial, as Achebe provides insights into Igbo customs, rituals, and social structures. The novel concludes with a tragic resolution emphasizing the profound impact of colonialism on traditional African societies. In summary, the literary analysis of Arrow of God explores how Achebe skillfully weaves together these elements to paint a nuanced picture of cultural clash, power dynamics, and the complexity of navigating change in the face of colonialism. And that would be all. Thank you and have a good day.